Sierra Rice. I'm a high school senior and I am participating in the Breakthrough Junior Challenge. I am presenting the theory of the origin of life, starting in submarine hydrothermal vents at the bottom of the ocean. The theory was started by Professor Michael Russell in 1989, just about 10 years after we finally got to get a submarine down to the bottom of the ocean to see these deep sea vents and see this amazing array of life forms and organisms that live around these vents. These vents are extreme ecosystems. They're extremely hydrogen rich. They spew sulfur. They get up to 350 degrees Celsius. It is the most extreme environment in the entire ocean, and yet there is such a vast array of organisms in the area. This theory is so amazing to me because we rely so much on the ocean. I am extremely passionate about the ocean because up to date, we have explored more of space than we have the ocean. We have only explored 5% of the ocean. And my dream is to one day explore the other 95% because the ocean is all. We wouldn't be here without the ocean. Now, we know that many of our ancestors came from the ocean. We know that mammals arose from animals of the ocean, but did life actually start there? Or did, bacteria start on land? Was it the primordial soup theory? What was it? We still don't know. We can't prove up to date. It was 4.6 billion years ago. We don't know yet. But the amazing thing is that thanks to the fossil record, we have found transitional fossils such as lobe-finned fish that later turned into fish such as Tiktaalik, who could walk on land and he had become amphibious. And then we go to amphibians and reptiles and mammals and all these amazing life forms that seem so minimal in comparison to how much life actually developed so long ago in the ocean. Sharks developed. They've been around for 3.8 million years. Mammals, they're significantly further back on the timeline, and that is so intriguing, is the fact that so much has come from our oceans. Humans were practically a blip on the infinite timeline of the Earth. As far as we know, as far as up to date, if the timeline of the Earth was a clock, we would be the last second before midnight. We have been around for such a short period of time. And I almost feel like it is our duty to explore the oceans and see all the amazing life that actually is down there, and the geography and all these different things that gives us a better understanding of life, a better understanding of who we are, what our niche is in our ecosystem and on our planet. Earth itself is practically a living organism. It adjusts to its own heat, it has weather, it does everything for itself. The Earth is truly alive. And we haven't even explored much of the vast majority of the Earth. And it's amazing how many different kinds of ecosystems are actually in the ocean. We have the Arctic oceans, and we have the oceans right along the equator. You see a totally different kind of species between the two. You see these animals that are hardy. They have developed to an extreme sense of life as far as, frigid temperatures and not having all that many available food sources up in the Arctic. And then you see these creatures that live near the equator and they have to adjust to heat. They have to be colorful and they have to be vibrant in order to attract mates. And they're poisonous because they have significantly more predators than those in the Arctic. And we have seen such great evolutionary strides as far as species in the ocean. And humans, we've taken many steps, but they've all been on land. So many other creatures have begun in the ocean and taken steps to land, and they've been around for millions of years before us. It was said by Michael Russell, and this is why his theory arose, was the fact that the microbes that they eat, the sulfur-eating microbes that live within these deep-sea vents, they're some of the oldest organisms on Earth, and they're still alive. They're still here today. We have so much proof of these creatures that are so extremely different from our anatomy, but have the potential to be the common ancestor. It is not outlandish to say that there's so many other theories. There's at least 6 other theories of life that could have began it all, but this theory is particularly likely because so much else has come out of the ocean. We rely on the oceans for so much of our food, so much of our livelihoods, so much of, transportation, and we use whole economies are built on the ocean. We know almost nothing about the ocean. And it's amazing because I think it is absolutely vital that students these days learn about the ocean. So much of what we have comes out of the ocean. Every river flows to the ocean. Our entire country, from sea to shining sea, we've got the Atlantic and we've got the Pacific. The United States has the ocean right near it. And we've explored so little. We know so little. And yet, we have so many different arrays of life forms. I mean, from the smallest insect, from, Madagascar hissing cockroaches like I have in my cage, or the common rat like I have in my other cage, or our family dog, or the family fish. The amazing thing is, if they all came from something, they all had to begin from the smallest, most insignificant life form possible, because we had so little at the beginning, and the ocean has provided so much. People don't often look at their family goldfish or betta fish or whatever kind of aquatic creature that you had. They don't look at it and they say, this has the potential to have so much to do with the beginning of the earth, We don't look at fish as this vital, amazing thing. And, bacteria, we don't look at it the same way. And it all had to start from somewhere. These deep sea vents are incredible at sustaining life. And it's not at all what we expected. Life is so fragile. Life is, especially in particular in early Earth, it was so quintessential that we had everything we needed. And so much of what we needed for the first life came out of those vents. I am always going to be passionate about the ocean, and it doesn't matter in the end whether, we care about the environment, or we care about money, or we care about tourism, or whatever. So much of what we have comes back to the ocean, and the fact that we still have so much of our lives involved in the ocean, and it's possible that all life started there. There's no way we can say no to that. So I'd like to thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that I leave you with a pondering thought about our oceans and what we have seen out of our oceans and these deep sea vents and how they could have very easily been the beginning of all life. Again, my name is Sierra Rice. I am a high school senior, and thank you so much.